Welcome to my Expat Stories. Tonight's story is from Chris, 36, electrician from Houston. He dated a bar girl in Cartagena. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But stay with me, because this one's different. Or maybe it's not. Maybe that's the whole point. Either way, Chris lost $31,000 finding out. If you've ever convinced yourself this time is different, you'll want to hear this. Subscribe and like for more Colombia stories. Here's what he wants you to know. Chris here. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I met Angelica in a bar. Not just any bar. One of those gringo spots in Cartagena where the girls work the room and the drinks cost triple what they should. I know how that sounds. Trust me, I know. But hear me out. Because I wasn't some fresh off the plane idiot who thought every smile meant something. I'd been in Colombia 3 months already. I'd seen the game. Hell, I'd played it a few times. I knew what these places were, I just thought she was different. Famous last words, right? I landed in Cartagena in February. Needed a break from Houston. Divorce was final. No kids, same but cheaper. First month I stayed in Boca Grande, tourist area. Safe, boring. Then I moved to Getsemani. More local, more real. Better food, cheaper rent. I wasn't looking for a relationship. Wasn't looking for anything serious, just wanted warm weather, cold beer, and nobody asking me to fix their damn breaker box at 10 p.m. I'd go out most nights. Different bars, different crowds. Met a few girls. Nothing stuck. That's how I liked it. Then one night my buddy Carlos dragged me to this place called Havana Nights. Salsa music, wooden tables, string lights hanging from the ceiling. Drinks served in plastic cups with too much ice. And working girls. Lots of them. You could tell. The way they moved through the room, the way they smiled at every white face, the way they'd sit down uninvited and order the most expensive thing on the menu. I wasn't interested. Told Carlos we should bounce. Find somewhere less obvious. That's when Angelica walked past our table. She didn't stop. Didn't smile at me. Didn't even look my way. Just walked past carrying a tray of empty glasses back to the bar. Carlos noticed me watching. That's Angelica, he said. She's been working here maybe 6 months. Good girl. Doesn't do the whole touchy thing like the others. Good girl working in a bar, I said. He shrugged. It's Colombia, man. People do what they gotta do. I watched her for the next hour. She served drinks, cleared tables, laughed with the other staff. But she wasn't working the room like the others. Wasn't sitting in laps. Wasn't collecting drink tickets from drunk gringos. When she finally came to our table to grab empties, I said hello in Spanish. She smiled. Small smile. Said hello back. Asked if we needed anything. Just the check, I said. She brought it. I paid. Left a decent tip. She said thank you and walked away. That was it. No phone number. No, come back and see me. Just a professional transaction. I thought about her for 2 days, which annoyed the hell out of me. I don't do that. I don't chase. Especially not bar girls. But the next weekend I went back. She was working again. Same spot. Same routine. Serving drinks. Cleaning tables. Staying out of the mess. This time I sat at the bar. Closer. Waited until she came over. Remember me? I asked. She looked at me. Thought for a second. Nodded. Big tipper, she said in English. I laughed. That's me. We talked for maybe 10 minutes. Between her serving other tables. Small talk. Where I was from. How long I'd been in Colombia. What I did for work. She said she was from a small town near Barranquilla. Moved to Cartagena 2 years ago. Works at the bar to send money home to her mum and younger brother. Standard story. I'd heard versions of it before. But the way she said it. No sob story. No asking for sympathy. Just facts. I asked if she'd have a drink with me after her shift. She said no. Said she doesn't drink with customers. Fair enough. I didn't push. Left another good tip. Went home. Third time I went back, she was off. I asked another girl when Angelica worked. She said Thursdays and Saturdays, so I came back Thursday. This time I didn't sit at the bar. Sat at a table in the corner. Nursed one beer. Watched her work. When she passed by, she stopped. You again. Yeah, me again. You know I don't do what the other girls do, right? I know. So why do you keep coming back? Because you don't do what the other girls do. She smiled. Bigger this time. Sat down across from me for maybe 2 minutes before another table called her over, but it was a start. Over the next month I became a regular. Not obsessive, just Thursdays and Saturdays. I'd sit, have a couple beers, talk to Angelica when she had time. I learned she had a daughter, 4 years old, living with her mum back in her hometown. She sent money every month. That's why she worked at the bar. Better tips than a regular job. I asked why she didn't just work at a restaurant. Normal place. She said, "You think they pay enough to support 2 people? This place I make in one night what I'd make in a week anywhere else." Made sense. I didn't like it, but it made sense. She asked about me, about Houston, about why I left. I told her about the divorce, about needing space, about wanting to start over somewhere nobody knew me. She said, "You picked a good place for that." One night, after her shift, I asked again if she'd have a drink with me. Somewhere else, not the bar. She hesitated, then said, "Okay." We went to a quiet spot down the street, tourist place but calmer, sat outside. Talked for 2 hours, about everything, about nothing. She told me about her daughter, showed me photos, told me about her mum raising the kid while she worked. I told her about the divorce, about my ex wanting kids, and me not being ready. About how I sabotaged it without meaning to. She didn't judge, just listened. When we left, I walked her to the corner where she caught a moto taxi home. Didn't try to kiss her, didn't ask to see her place. Just said goodnight. She texted me the next day. "Thanks for coffee, it was nice." That's how it started. A month later, we were dating. Kind of. She still worked at the bar, I still came by on her shifts, but we'd meet up after. Coffee, walks, cheap dinners at places that didn't cater to tourists. She never asked me for money, never hinted, never pulled the sick family member card. I offered once, said I could help with her daughter's school fees. She said no, said she didn't want that kind of relationship. I respected that. Made me trust her more. 2 months in, she told me she hated the bar, hated the drunk gringos, hated the other girls who gave her shit for not playing the game. "I want to quit," she said, "but I can't. Not until I have something else." "What would you do?" "I don't know. Maybe work in a shop or learn English better. Get a real job." I thought about it for a week. Then I made her an offer. "What if I helped you? Not forever. Just until you found something better. I could cover your rent. You could quit the bar, focus on finding a real job." She looked at me like I was insane. "Why would you do that?" "Because I like you and I don't like watching you work there." She didn't answer right away. Just stared at her coffee. "I'd pay you back," she said finally. "I'm not asking you to." "I know, but I would." She quit the bar 2 weeks later, told the owner she was done, walked out mid-shift. I felt like a hero, like I'd saved her from something ugly. Turns out I'd just made it easier for her to take everything I had. First month after she quit, everything was perfect. Almost too perfect. She'd wake up early, make coffee, sit on my balcony scrolling job sites on her phone. I'd head out to do side work, electrical jobs for expats who needed breakers fixed, or ceiling fans installed. She'd be there when I got back. Dinner ready. Place clean. It felt normal, like we were actually building something. I covered her rent. $400 a month for a small place in Gethsemane she shared with a roommate. Plus I gave her money for food, phone credit, stuff for her daughter. Maybe another $300 a month. $700 total. Nothing crazy. Less than I'd spend on a weekend back home. She never asked for more. Never pushed. That's what kept me comfortable. 2 months in, she said her roommate was moving out. Rent would double if she stayed. "Move in with me," I said. She hesitated. Said it was too fast. Said people would talk. I told her I didn't care what people said. She thought about it for a day. Then said yes. She moved in with 1 bag. Clothes, toiletries, a photo of her daughter in a cheap frame. That was it. I cleared out half my closet. Gave her a drawer in the bathroom. Bought an extra pillow. It felt right. Like this was what normal people did. For a while I forgot she used to work in that bar. Forgot how we met. Just saw her as Angelica. My girlfriend. The woman I was building a life with. Then the emergencies started. First one was her daughter. 3 months after she moved in, she got a call from her mum. Middle of the night. She answered in Spanish. Voice panicked. When she hung up, she was crying. "What happened?" "My daughter, she's sick, high fever. My mum took her to the clinic. They want money up front." "How much?" 300,000 pesos. I did the math, about $75. "That's it." She nodded, wiping her face with the back of her hand. "I'll send it. Right now." "Chris, no, you already do so much." "It's your kid, don't be stupid." I sent it through Western Union. She picked it up an hour later, sent it to her mum. 2 days later, she said her daughter was fine. Fever broke. Just a virus. I felt good about it. Like I'd helped. Like I was part of the family now. Looking back, that was the test. To see if I'd pay. To see how easy it was. Second emergency came a month later. Her mum's house. Roof leaked during a storm. Water damage. Needed repairs, or the whole thing would rot. How much? 2 million pesos, about $500. More than the last time, but still manageable. Okay, I'll handle it. Chris, I can't keep taking your money. You're not taking it. I'm giving it. I sent 500. She was grateful. Said her mum cried when she got the money. Said her mum wanted to meet me someday. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? Third emergency was her brother. Got in trouble with some guys. Owed money. They were threatening him. How much does he owe? 5 million pesos, about $1,200. I hesitated on that one. 1,200 was real money, not pocket change. What kind of trouble? She didn't want to say at first. Finally told me he borrowed money to start a moto taxi business. It didn't work out. Now the lender wanted his money back with interest. If he doesn't pay, they'll hurt him. Maybe worse. I looked at her. She wasn't crying this time. Just looked scared, tired. You trust your brother? He's stupid, but he's my brother. I sent the money, told myself it was a one-time thing. Told myself after this, no more family bailouts. She thanked me, said her brother would pay me back someday. I knew that was bullshit, but I said okay anyway. Things got quieter for a few weeks. No emergencies, no asks. Just us. She started talking about visiting her family, said she wanted me to meet her mum, meet her daughter. When? I asked. Maybe next month. For her birthday. I liked that idea. Meeting the kid, seeing where Angelica came from, making it official. But the week before we were supposed to go, another call came. Her mum again. This time it was medical. Something with her heart needed tests, needed medication. How much? 4 million pesos, about 1,000. I didn't even hesitate, just sent it, but this time something felt off, the timing. Right before the trip. Right when I was about to meet everyone. I didn't say anything, didn't want to seem like I doubted her. But I started paying attention. The trip got postponed. Her mum wasn't feeling well enough for visitors. Then postponed again. Her daughter got sick again. Then postponed. Again. Rainy season. Roads were bad. I stopped asking. Just waited. Meanwhile, the money kept flowing. Her phone broke. Needed a new one. $300. Her mum's house again. Electrical problems this time. $400. Her daughter's school fees. $600. Every month something. Always believable. Always urgent. Always just enough that I'd say yes without thinking too hard. By the 6th month, I'd sent close to $8,000. Not counting rent, food and everything else. I started doing the math. Started adding it up. 8 grand in 6 months. 16 grand a year. For what? A girlfriend I hadn't seen with her family. A kid I'd never met. A life that only existed in her stories. I asked to see photos, recent ones. Her with her daughter. She showed me some. But they were old. Months old. Take a new one, I said. FaceTime with her. I want to see her. She's shy, doesn't like video calls. She's 4. Kids love phones. Angelica got defensive. Said I was being paranoid. Said her family wasn't some performing circus for me to inspect. I backed off. Didn't want to fight. But I started noticing other things. She'd get calls. Always in Spanish. Always in the other room. I'd hear her voice change. Sharper, less sweet. She'd be on her phone a lot. Texting, smiling at the screen. When I asked who she was talking to, she'd say her mum. Or a friend. Or her cousin. Always someone I'd never met. Always someone I couldn't verify. One night, I picked up her phone while she was in the shower. I don't know why, just had a feeling. She didn't have a passcode. It opened right up. WhatsApp. Messages from a guy named Carlos, not my Carlos, different one. I scrolled. When are you coming back? I miss you. Did you send the money yet? I felt my stomach drop. Kept scrolling. Her replies. Soon, I'm working on it. Miss you too. Sent 2,000 yesterday, more coming. I put the phone down. Sat on the edge of the bed. Tried to make sense of it. Maybe it was her brother. Maybe Carlos was a nickname. Maybe I was reading it wrong. She came out of the shower. Saw me sitting there. You okay? Yeah, fine. She got dressed, picked up her phone, didn't notice I'd moved it. I didn't say anything. Not that night. But I started watching, started questioning everything. 2 weeks later, she said her mum needed surgery. Emergency. Heart thing again. How much? 10 million pesos, about 2,500. I stared at her. That's a lot. I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. How do I know it's real? Her face changed. Hurt. Angry. What does that mean? It means I've sent you almost 10 grand, and I've never met your family, never seen your daughter, never even video called your mum. So you think I'm lying? I think I don't know what's true anymore. She packed a bag that night, said she needed space, said she was going to stay with a friend. I told her not to go, told her we could talk about it. She left anyway. Didn't take much. Just clothes. Her phone. The photo of her daughter. She texted me 2 days later. My mum's surgery is tomorrow. If you want to help, you know where to send it. If not, I understand. I sent the money. $2,500 because I'm an idiot. Because part of me still wanted to believe. She said thank you. Said the surgery went well. Said her mum was recovering. I asked when she was coming back. She said soon. That was 3 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since. I went to Havana Nights 2 days after she stopped replying. Same bar, same music, different girls working. I asked the bartender about Angelica. He looked at me funny. She doesn't work here anymore. I know. I'm asking if you've seen her. He shrugged. Not in months. One of the girls overheard. Came over, smiled like she recognized me. You're the guy, the electrician. Yeah, you know where Angelica is. She laughed. Not mean, just knowing. Probably back in Barranquilla by now. That's what she does. Works here a few months. Finds a guy. Then goes home when the money runs out. What are you talking about? You're not the first, honey. She's been doing this for years. I felt my chest tighten. Doing what? The whole thing. Quit the bar, move in. Family emergencies. You paid for her mum's surgery, right? I didn't answer. She patted my arm. Her mum's fine. Never been sick a day in her life. I found her roommate, the girl she used to live with before moving in with me. Took some digging. But Cartagena's small when you start asking questions. She confirmed it. Said Angelica had a boyfriend back home. Carlos. They'd been together for years. She comes to Cartagena to work, sends money back to him. Sometimes she finds a foreigner. Makes more that way. So the whole thing was fake. The roommate shrugged. I don't know what's fake and what's real. Maybe she liked you. Maybe she didn't. But the money, that was always real. I went through my bank statements that night. Added it up properly this time. Rent for her old place before she moved in. 2,800. Money for her after she quit. 4,200. Family emergencies. 12,500. Phone, school fees, random shit. 3,000. Covered dinners, trips, everything else. 8,500. Total, $31,000. In 7 months. For a woman who was never really mine. I tried calling her one more time. Number disconnected. I checked her WhatsApp. Account deleted. I even looked up her supposed hometown on Facebook. Found a few Angelicas. None of them her. She was a ghost, always had been. I'm still in Cartagena. Still doing electrical work. Still living in the same apartment where she used to make coffee. I see women like her all the time now. At bars, on dating apps. Walking through Gethsemane with their phone in one hand and some gringo's hand in the other. I wonder how many of them are running the same play. How many of them have a Carlos back home? How many of them quit the bar just long enough to drain a bank account? Some guys would say, I'm bitter. Maybe I am. But here's the thing I can't figure out. Was any of it real? Did she actually like me? Or was I just an ATM with a pulse? Because there were moments, quiet moments, where it felt real, where she'd look at me like I mattered, where she'd fall asleep on my chest and I'd think, yeah, this is it. This is what I came here for. But maybe that's what makes a good con, making you believe it, making you want to believe it. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. What I do know is that I sent a woman 31 grand. And I never met her kid, never met her mum, never even saw a real photo of her family. I paid for a life I was never part of. And the worst part? If she texted me tomorrow and said she was sorry, said she needed help, said it was different this time, I'd probably send the money, because I'm still that same idiot who thought he could save a bar girl. That was Chris's story. Look, maybe he should have known better. Maybe the signs were obvious. Or maybe Angelica was just that good at what she did. Either way, $31,000 is a hell of a tuition fee for a lesson most of us already know. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Especially in a place like Colombia, where the line between real and performance gets blurry fast. What do you think? Was Angelica a professional from day one? Or did Chris just pick the wrong person to trust? Let us know in the comments. This is my expat stories. Catch you in the next one.